long anticipated. He's finally here. Congressman Jim Jordan, member of the House Judiciary Committee, ranking member of the House Oversight Committee. And maybe you could help me, Congressman. Things are changing so quickly with the closed-door sessions with the impeachment inquiry, where you guys can't ask any questions and the president can't get represented and we don't get transcripts. After Thursday's vote, what changes?
Well, I don't think anything, and to your list, Brian, it's also all done in secret in a bunker in the basement of the Capitol. So I don't think anything's going to change, and frankly, even if they tried to change something to give a little bit of due process, we're all still going to vote against this because this is such a sham, and it's been such a sham from the beginning. So yeah, I don't think, and you can't undo what they've already done. I mean, we've had these 8 depositions now. They've been leaking selective parts of it, haven't been following any type of basic due process. So you can't undo what they've done. I think this is just one more kind of make it up as you go along example. And it's all been done in secret with these secret leaks. So it's a continuation of the sham. They're going to try to dress it up a little bit.
They said they didn't want to go on their record. Yeah, why should? Because she's calling it a formalized impeachment inquiry. It establishes procedure and affirms investigations.
Yeah, because I think the reason she's going to have this vote is because the American people understand it is a sham. They understand it isn't fair. The idea that the president doesn't get counsel in the room, the people from the State Department don't get agency counsel in the room, the minority gets no rights. We can't even see the transcript unless we make a special appointment and some Democrats in the room as you're reviewing the transcript, and they get to selectively leak things because we follow the rules and they don't. This is all a ridiculous, unfair, and partisan process. But the American people see through it, so I think the Speaker's going to try to dress it up a little bit, put a little lipstick on the pig, as they say, and have this vote on Thursday, but it's not going to change anything, and I think you're going to see every single Republican vote against it.
Well, and Jim, we've heard the White House say, look, this is vindication. We said it was illegitimate, and now they're saying, okay, yeah, we needed to have the vote on it. But with the vote, that's going to put some of your colleagues across the aisle in the hot seat because they essentially will have to go on the record with this proxy vote about Trump and impeachment, and next November, that might not be good for them.
Yeah, think about next November, these 31 Democrats in congressional seats that President Trump won in 2016. If they vote for this next fall, less than 13 months from now, people are going to walk into the voting booth, vote for President Trump, and then the next decision they're going to have to make is, who do I want to support for Congress? And they're going to be thinking, do I really want to vote for the person who just voted to impeach the President of the United States 13 months before an election based on some anonymous whistleblower with no firsthand knowledge who had a bias against the President and worked with Joe Biden? I think they're going to think long and hard about that, but we'll see. They're so far down this road. I assume the Democrats are going to vote for this and continue this again, this unfair and partisan process.
The Wall Street Journal says that this vote shows that the critics of the process are vindicated because now it looks like the president could be getting due process, but you are not optimistic on that. Yeah. So what's going to be happening today? Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman's going to be coming forward. He's a member of the National Security Council.
NSC.
And he was Director for European Affairs. And he is upset by 2 separate incidents which he complained about, one in early July and the call on July 25th. From his prepared statements, what should we know from it?
Well, again, remember, we've now heard from 8 witnesses. Lieutenant Colonel Vindman will come in today, but none of them have changed the fundamental facts. The fundamental facts have always been there. We've seen the call transcript. No conditions placed in the call between President Trump and President Zelensky. No quid pro quo. The 2 people on the call, namely President Trump, President Zelensky, have said there was no pressure, no pushing, none whatsoever. The Ukrainians didn't even know aid was withheld at the time of the call, and the Ukrainians did nothing to get the aid turned back on. Namely, President Zelensky didn't do a statement saying he was going to do certain things. They didn't start any investigations to get the aid turned back on. The aid was turned back on, I think, because United States senators were telling the president, let's turn this aid back on and let's do this. So nothing has changed the fundamental facts. But the one thing that is clear, is this is all based on some anonymous whistleblower. And there are 435 members of Congress, and only one member knows who that whistleblower is, and just as importantly, who the people are who form the basis of that whistleblower's complaint. These handful of people that the whistleblower identifies in his complaint. And that individual is Adam Schiff. How is that fair? That only Adam Schiff knows how this whole thing started, and the 434 other members of Congress who represent 750,000 people, 300 million people in this country don't know that. So this is something that we need to get to the bottom of. and know how this whole thing started and why Adam Schiff's the only one who has that information.
And that's one of the reasons why the president says Adam Schiff should be impeached. All right.
That's his tweet last night.
I know. Jim Jordan joined us from Statuary Hall there in the heart of the U.S. Capitol. Sir, thank you very much for joining us live.
Thank you, Congressman.
You bet. Thank you, guys.